And our hearts go out tonight to Al's family, of course, his wife Ruth and their 3 children, Brandon, Christopher, and Tisha. You may not know because he was very quiet about his family life, but Al was a dedicated and very loving father and husband. And I think he and Ruth were married 30 years. They had their big 25th just a while ago, and they were able to be with him when he left us, and that was, I'm sure, very meaningful for them. And again, our hearts go out to them.
You talked about the family man. We talked about the professional, the good reporter, the gifted writer he was. It's no small thing that he was so good at doing this for a living, at projecting Al Sanders from here through those cameras, which is not an easy thing to do. And Al was exactly the same here on camera as he was in your living room. And since he was, our viewers rightly came to think of him as a beloved friend and often a member of their own families. And today, some of our viewers, you, shared their memories with reporter Pat Warren.
I swear to God, I'll be sick all day. He was just he was for everybody. He was never mad, never. Always had a good word for everybody. God was precious.
Like different branches of the same family, the city of neighborhoods joins together in this time of great sorrow. It's clear by this sign, Origin Unknown, facing I-83. It's clear in the voices of people who loved him.
This is going to be a loss, a big loss.
I just turned the television and walked out. That's what I said. And I told the boys on the corner. They said, your kid doesn't die. He passed away. And I thought he was doing so good. Yeah, he's going to be missed, especially with the gang on TV.
I was asking my wife the other day, I said, gee, it's a shame he's not on TV. They say he was in the hospital sick. And like I said, I'm very sorry that he's gone. But it seems like the good dude died young, you know. And maybe he'd be doing some good work up there in the clouds for the rest of us. And I'm going to miss him too.
There is no word to really describe something like this. He was part of a community. He was part of Baltimore.
Just sadness, because he's such a great guy, and we look forward to him being in our home every day.
The city's going to miss him. A lot of people are going to miss him. People that don't know him are going to miss him.
It's a terrible loss. I remember first we lost Jerry Turner and now Al Sanders, 2 of the finest anchormen on local news I can ever remember in my lifetime.
He was, I don't know, he was just a likable guy. Yeah, I hate to see him go. Oh God, he was good. He was the best.
There's not a neighborhood in Baltimore where we won't find reminders of Al, because you'll be there to share the memories and the gratitude for the gift that he gave to so many, to all of us, to me, to you. Al Sanders gave himself. Pat Warren, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
And as that proved, so many of you considered Al part of your family. He came into your homes every night, right here.
Right. Well, we talk about that word a lot, you know, family, and we call ourselves here at JZ a family because really we are a family. And Al was always the guy sitting at the head of the table. Today, Richard Scher talks with our colleagues about the pleasure of working with Al.
They're doing much better than I am right now.
Tonight, the laughter that Al brought to all of us at WJZ over the past 23 years has turned to tears. The office where so many of us came for Al's kind words and wise advice now sits empty. The wonderful memories linger. We all knew this was Al Sanders' newsroom.
He was one of the most kindest gentlemen I've ever known. He's always encouraging everybody, and everybody looked up to him. And we're all gonna miss a good friend.
So many people are making me even more emotional because they're crying on the phone, wanting to do something to remember him and say goodbye.
Hundreds of Al's extended TV family called today to offer condolences.
We lost Al.
We understand and share your grief. Al was everybody's good friend.
He'd give you his heart and expect nothing from you in return. And it won't be another.
Al succeeded me as an anchor at this station 23 years ago. I never resented it, as some people might in this kind of business, because I liked him too much.
Al was that kind of a guy. which is why old friends just showed up on TV Hill today, joining us in remembering the great Al days.
It was one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened to me. Frank Baranco was the photographer.
It was a great loss for all of us here at Channel 13. I personally did a lot of work with Al Sanders and a lot of his specials, and my condolences to his family. Just a wonderful man, and we will always miss him.
I remember Al when he first came here, and he had sort of a meteoric rise to where he was before he passed, and he remained that same nice person through all those years, never changed.
He always had time to stop and talk. Just a loving person. And lovable.
He was, of course, the consummate anchorman, reporter, and a terrific role model. But even more importantly than all that, I'll remember Al as a great person.
Al was the newsroom anchor in more than just the anchor man. He held us down when we needed to be held down, and he let us roam free when we needed to be roam free. He was our anchor, our home base.
And when Al said you did a good job, that's when you floated about a foot off the air walking down the hall. When Al said you did a good job.
Thank you all. This is very sweet. And to everyone.
Richard Scher, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.